It's then that the shark returns, damaging the boat's hull and disabling the power. They work through the night to repair the engine. I can send you that from Jaws. Gordy, Chris, Teddy, and Vern are covered in leeches after crossing through a swamp. Gordy passes out, and the others contemplate whether or not they should continue on. Gordy insists. Contact me, I'll show you that scene. Luke, Han, Kenobi, Chewbacca, and the droids are pulled into the Death Star after trying to take their plans to Alderaan, which has been destroyed. Contact me, show you that scene. Everything we've learned about the protagonist or protagonists, their fears, skills, strengths, weaknesses, regrets, and lessons learned, now has to be reflected on and reviewed to prepare for the journey into the cave. And as for the reader and audience, this break in the action, horror, thrills, hilarity, or drama allows us to regroup and remember where the characters have been and how they're going to take what they have learned through their journey and apply it to take on the conflict full force. Watch any Mission Impossible movie, and you'll see the Approach the Inmost Cave stage when Ethan Hunt and his allies plan their approach to the first mission. Watch any horror movie, and you'll likely catch the moment where the protagonists take on and prepare to see and meet the threat. This is the time for the initial plan, the first training sequence, or the first inspirational pep talk. This is when the protagonist is allowed to reflect on their journey and build the courage to take on their greatest challenge yet. 3. Escalates tension and builds anticipation. When we first see Rocky start to train, tension increases and anticipation builds. We not only want to see him take on his opponent, we need to. When Ethan Hunt and his Mission Impossible team communicate the difficulty of the plan and all the obstacles they must overcome, we need to see how this is all going to turn out for them. When the boys are coming of age in Stand By Me, we need to see how they're going to react to their first major challenge. Tension and anticipation is the writer's ultimate tool to keep readers and audiences invested. You play with their emotions. You tease them. You offer possibilities of failure or success and try to sell the reader and audience on the notion that each of them is possible. The Approach the Inmost Cave stage allows you to build that anticipation and tension to its highest levels before you open the floodgates and let the raging waters of their actions and reactions crash into the conflict they're facing. What you're really doing is escalating the tension by showcasing the many conflicts they'll be facing and building anticipation by introducing their approach, forcing the reader and audience to wonder if it's all going to work. The Approach the Inmost Cave stage within any story, following all steps of the hero's journey or not, is an essential element of your narrative, allowing the reader, audience, and characters to catch their breath, reflect, review, and plan ahead for the conflict just over the horizon. And it allows you, the writer, to build the necessary tension and anticipation that you're going to need going into the midpoint of your story. Now, if you haven't contacted me for the worksheet on the hero's journey, you need to do so. This episode is over, so now you have time. Contact me. And what you can do is to write your story, your memoir, your screenplay, work of fiction, whatever creative act you have in mind, and you can use the hero's journey to the writer's advantage. That's it for this particular episode of This Stage. Until next time, Deus Vult.